Hi everyone, thanks again for joining me. Today what we're going to do is something called a negative space drawing. And it's similar to a blind contour drawing in that we're going to follow the contour of a shape. But this time we're going to focus on the shapes in between the object. So to demonstrate this, I've got a jade plant here. And so what we're going to do is, rather than looking at the leaves and drawing a blind contour drawing of the leaves, we're actually going to be focusing on the space in between the leaves. Now, anything around the house will work for this. Jade plants are really great. Spider plants are good. Fern would be good. Even this, see the star of paintbrushes. I don't expect anyone to draw all of these paintbrushes. That's intimidating, but the spaces in between the paintbrushes work really, really well. The other thing that's a great thing to do is your hand. So rather than focusing on drawing your fingers, draw the space in between. And it's amazing what happens, and this is the case for all of these drawings, but particularly with hands, is that we'll get the placement of the thumb right. So rather than focusing on where the thumb goes and attaches to the hand, if we start to just look at the spaces in between, we'll actually get a far more accurate drawing. And so that's why we practice this. By looking at the space in between the solid object, we can often get a much more accurate drawing. Okay? I wanted to say it's a little bit like seeing the forest in spite of the trees. I don't know. I don't think that's the right analogy, but here it goes. So there's a couple of ways to go about this. The one that is easiest with pencil, because I'm pretty sure not many of you have charcoal around, but the one that's easiest with pencil is to simply start in one area here and outline it. Okay? And then move to the next area and outline it, and then move around. And as you go, you'll start to build up this really, really neat image of the jade plant. Okay? So it's a really, really subtle shift. And it's challenging, but I know you're up for it. Okay? It's really good to practice this. So here we go. I'm going to start with a nice enclosed space. So this one here, I'm going to move the camera. Sorry about that. You go so you can see exactly what I'm seeing. There we go. Okay, so this is my point of view, and I'm going to draw this space right here. Okay. Oops. There. Okay, here we go. And you can peek this time. I'm just going to draw that shape. There we go. And then the next shape starts down here, making sure this is visible to everybody. And then the next shape. Now this is where we kind of run into problems because there's no edge, there's no border. So that's okay, just leave it. This goes like that. So I'm looking at this shape here. We can close it off if we want. If you want to do that, you can. And then we can move down. And looking at that shape again. And that one kind of opens up. You can close it off. And then you kind of have to figure out how far down. There we go. So this shape is more like this. It's kind of off in the air here, and like that. And I'll move to the other side. And so I'm going to look at this shape here and this shape here for my reference. So this shape and this shape. So then I know I'm going to start here. And then we carry on. Again, we kind of can block that off. Oh, actually, but then the shape here kind of comes up. There. The other thing that this would be really beautiful to work with right now are cherry blossoms. My trees are a little bit slow this year, but cherry blossoms would be beautiful to just focus on those spaces in between. And I'll carry on one more little bit before I lose you all. And then this one, and this one has a little bit of a blip. A little bit of a blip. So remember, you can peek. You can peek to see where you're going. You can close that off. Make that one whole shape if we like. And that's kind of scoopy. So what happens is I become aware by doing this of leaves that are in behind, because normally I would be just focusing on this leaf here, for example. But there's actually this leaf that is interrupting this negative space. And so I become more aware of that. Rather than just guessing, I have to become really, really focused on what I'm actually drawing. I hope all of this makes sense. Give it a go. It's good for a couple of laughs. And our brains are getting, I think our brains are getting a bit mushy being at home for so long. So, as I said, just try your best and have fun. And thanks for tuning in. Again, subscribe, because that means that you'll get notified of any new videos that I'm putting out. I'm trying to put one out every day. And don't forget to leave a comment or email me if you have my email. And let me know if you want me to talk about any topic in these videos. Thanks again for joining, and we'll see you next time. Okay, bye-bye.